Hi, this is my first session on HTML. In this session, I'm going to introduce you to HTML and explain basic HTML tags. Before we start, we need three things. Number one, a lightweight editor for writing HTML programs. We can write programs on simple text editor like Notepad on Windows or text editor on Mac too. But I would suggest let's choose a editor which we can use all through the course, and also it should be easy to use. Some editors which I prefer to use are Notepad++, Sublime Text, InType, and Dreamweaver. I'll be using Sublime Text in the videos as it's powerful and lightweight, and it's easy to use. I'm using Sublime Text 2 in all the video tutorial series. Second is we need a place to save all the files uh, of the HTML programs, whatever we are going to write during this tutorial series. So I have created a folder on my desktop where I'll be saving all my files. You are free to save your files wherever you want according to your choice. Third important thing is we need a web browser to execute these HTML programs. So I am using Firefox to execute all the HTML programs. So these are the three things we need to have before we start coding HTML. Now, starting with some background about HTML. HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. So HTML is not a programming language; it is a markup language, and markup languages are set of tags. So HTML is a set of tags which describes a web page. We can say that HTML documents are nothing but web pages. We'll be going through a set of tags which will help you write markups for describing web pages. Now, HTML was found in November 1990. During those days, there were very less tags and acceptance for HTML by the web browser. Later, an organization was set up which was called World Wide Web Consortium (W3C), which sets the standards of HTML since then. Today, HTML is widely accepted by all the browsers, and also it's highly advanced. So we don't need a web server to execute HTML files. HTML file can be executed directly by opening in a web browser. Now this is applicable when we are developing in local environment, but when we are browsing through the internet, the real-time websites, we need a web browser even to execute web server even to execute simple HTML files. And as I mentioned, I'll be using Firefox as the web browser for the local development environment. Now details about tags. These tags are enclosed between opening and closing angle braces. For example, for describing a paragraph in a web page, we use P tag. Uh, P stands for paragraph, and it will be surrounded between opening and closing angle brace, and in between these opening and closing angle braces, the tag name, HTML tag name is written. So in case of P tag, P is the tag name, and it is enclosed between opening and closing angle parenthesis. So almost all tags have a closing tag. For example, P is an opening tag, and closing tag will be very similar to the opening tag, except it will be having a front slash after the opening angle bracket. Now, content which has to be displayed on a web page will be present in between the opening and closing tags. Content is displayed by the web page, but not the tags. Now, each tag will be having some functionality, and this functionality is modified using attributes in HTML. For example, the paragraph tag, which we briefly discussed above, can have an attribute align, which describes the alignment of the paragraph which has to be displayed on the web page. Now, in case of paragraph, the attribute align is described like this. It can be assigned attribute. It can be assigned values left, right, center, or justify. So depending on the value which is assigned to the align attribute, the content will be aligned on the web page. For example, for left, the content will be aligned left. For if the value is right, then the content is aligned right. If the value is center, then the text is aligned center, and if the value is justified, then the text will be shown justified on the web page. Now, coming to the structure of an HTML document, every HTML document will have opening and closing HTML tag. So the document will be mainly divided into two sections, head and body. Now both head and body sections are again described using closing and opening and closing head and body tags respectively. Now this is how basic HTML program looks. So let's put this in an example. Let's build an example using this. Now this is the head section, and head section contains uh, title tag. Title tag is used to describe the title of the web page, which is uh, displayed in the title bar of the browser. And after the head section is closed, the body section starts, and whatever comes in the body section is usually displayed on the web page. So let's save this. Now HTML documents usually take .htm or .html as extensions. So if the extension is .html or .htm, the browser will automatically detect that it's a HTML document, and it will execute the document accordingly. So preferably we always use .html as the extension. So let me save this, and let's now, if I execute this HTML program in the browser, it doesn't show anything as the body section is empty. Now let me put a paragraph in the body section, and also let me add a title to this HTML document. Both title and paragraph are hello HTML, so this has to be displayed on the browser. Now if you see, the browser's title bar is showing hello HTML, which I added in the title tag, and the page is showing hello HTML, which was added as a paragraph in the HTML document. So this is the basic structure of a HTML program. Now coming back to basic HTML tags, I have listed some of the basic and essential HTML tags in front of you. Now doc type is the tag which defines the document type of the HTML document, and basically doc types are DTDs as an abbreviation. When we start coding HTML documents, the first thing we should use is the doc type. Now this is not exactly a tag, but it is a way to declare and is inserted even before the HTML tag, and it is used to declare or give an instruction to the browser about the version of the HTML the page is going to contain. So the browser reads this instruction and then processes the document accordingly. So a declaration of document is nothing but intimating the browser about the document type definition. So this declaration helps the browser to render the web page correctly. So it's strongly recommended that one should always use doc type in every HTML document we code, and W3C maintains the recommendations about the doc type. So for HTML, these recommendations are HTML 4.0.1 strict, HTML 4.0.1.1 transitional, and HTML 4.0.1 frame set. Now what's the difference between these three DTDs? Now HTML 4.0.1 strict. Now this DTD contains all HTML elements and attributes, but does not include presentational or deprecated elements like font and frame sets are not allowed when we are using this particular doc type. HTML 4.0.1 transitional, this DTD contains all HTML elements and attributes, including the presentational and deprecated elements like font, and frame sets are not allowed in this recommendation too. And if we are using HTML 4.0.1 frame set, then this DTD is equal to HTML 4.0.1 transitional, but allows the use of frame set content. So basically these doc types will be having certain rules about which tag to use and which tag not to use on the web page or while coding the HTML documents. So let me show you by building a very simple web page using all the basic tags I have listed out before. So I'll take the transitional doc type. It's tough to remember these doc types, so I recommend you to save these doc types somewhere, so that you can just copy and paste every time uh, you code a HTML document, or just keep a copy of all the basic and essential HTML tags so that you save some time. Now I'm using transitional doc type here, and HTML opening HTML tag and closing HTML tags are already present here. Head and title tags are already present here. Now I already have a paragraph tag in the body section. Now HTML provides us to add headings to our web page. So these headings are described using h1 to through h6 tags. It can be h1, h2, h3, h4, h5, and h6. Now there's these 6 types of headings will help us to describe the sizes of the headings on the web page. So I'll use h3 here, which is third type of heading tag. Let me use one more heading. Now other than heading, there is another tag which is used to provide a line break in between the content. Now if we want to bring this HTML and explanatory mark to the new line or to the next line, I can use BR tag, break tag, to bring this HTML in the new line. So let's see this on the web page. So you can see 2 types of heading, and after I added the BR tag, the HTML and explanatory mark came in the new line. So it added a break in that particular content. Now there is another tag called HR tag, horizontal rule tag, which is used to add a horizontal line in between 2 sections of the content. And HR tag and BR tag are single tags. It doesn't have a separate closing tag. And another tag is comment tag, to add comments in HTML. which is described like this. Now whatever comes here is a comment. Now this can be used for multi-line and single line comment. Now this content will not be displayed on the web page as it's commented. So this was all about introduction to HTML and some essential and basic HTML tags. So I'll conclude this session here. Please post your queries if any, and recommend this course to your friends if you feel it can benefit them. Thank you.